World Sports Betting Fillies Guineas Day, 7 December. Justin Snaith, thanks very much for joining us for Perfectly Placed. You start off in race 1. It's the Western Cape Equine Trust Golf Day, over 1,000 metres. Juveniles, extra love?
Probably a colt that's going to probably need a little bit more time. Certainly a little speedy at home, but has only been on the grass once and will come on a lot from this.
Rock around the clock?
We purchased him on the ready to run, so he's had a couple preps into those sales, so that always helps a little bit. It might make you wonder where the other 100 horses are that were sold on the ready to run aren't in this race. So thanks to all the trainers in the Western Cape not running their 2-year-olds, and I'll take full advantage. And as I said, he's probably a horse that will need a run or two, and maybe one to watch.
The next one is Claire de Lune.
Yeah, look here, she's a lovely filly, speedy at home. There's not much between her and Black Cheetah, so I think that's enough. She'll run a big race here. Certainly one that the punters should be pointed at.
Last of the 4 is number 7, Magnus the Good.
A little bit above himself, to be honest. Same thing, bought on the ready to run, and had a bit of advantage with all the prep into those sales, but probably be looking for a little bit further.
Justin, we move on to race 2, Freeman Stallions, maiden plate over 1,200 metres. You've got 2 runners there. The first one is Secret Passage, speedy sort?
Yeah, no, not really. He's going to go further. He's by Futura. I think I'm going to tuck him in here. I need him to settle. His first 2 runs were quite, he was hard on the bit. I gelded him. It's certainly one for punters to watch. So I'm going to drop him out in this race. Hopefully he'll settle a bit. I think he'll run a creditable race, but then watch him when in his next start. If I just teach him to chill a bit, he'll be a big run in his next start.
Next one will be Honor of Kings, back down the straight.
Yeah, look, he's just not finishing off his racing. I'm going to run him in this 1,200. I think win or lose, I'm going to geld him after this. He's a horse that I've kept him a colt because of his pedigree, but he's just so heavy, and he's actually, instead of losing weight, he's putting on weight. So definitely a big run in this race. There's obviously Dean Canemare's horse that was very given a quiet ride first time out, and certainly will improve. So there's a couple of horses in this race, some very good form, but Honor of Kings should certainly be in the firing line.
We move on to race 3, Drakenstein Stud Class 4, fillies and mares. Only got 1 run over 1,200 metres, Protect the Dream.
Yeah, look here, I think she's going to be better over 14 a mile, but and this race is quite competitive. I think Vaughan Marshall's horse is a 3-time winner, and we're giving it weight, and I'm a beaten horse from the Eastern Cape. So surely that's how can that get beat? And I think it's actually getting quite a bit away. I think Aussie Noach is riding it, and we've got our work cut out, but certainly Richard Fourie does add a couple lengths nowadays.
Race 4, we move on to Amy Miller Memorial Class 4 over 1,400. The first of your runners is Dancing to the Light. Blinkers on.
Sorry, taking the blinkers off. I've taken them off. The one run in the Eastern Cape over a mile, he pulled a lot. I like him a little bit, this horse, for the quartets and trifectas, purely because of the draw. I think that's a big plus in a 14 that's so many runners. I think Geriatrics, I think it's called, of Pit Stains. The best thing that's ever happened to that horse, he got scratched in the Guineas, because he probably I don't think he would have won. I don't think he would have won, and he would have got 20 points for nothing.
Ideal race for him.
I think racing's done the horse a favour, and Pitt will be thanking them later. It's going to be a hard horse to beat if he's as good as they think he is.
Legal counsel, unfortunately, draw 14.
What can you do from that draw over there? I'm going to have to, very good chance I'll probably drop him out, and hopefully he'll run on.
Another one drawn out wide is Master of Paris.
What can you do from the draw? We'll take our chances, and I think he'll push forward because he's looking for a little bit further. You can expect a nice run from him. He is quite gutsy, but obviously the pit horse could be hard to beat here.
First race, the next one of our features, Grade 3, World Sports Betting Southern Cross Stakes over 1,000 metres. Summer Lily, rather unlucky last time.
Very much unlucky. I don't think she's a 1,000-metre filly, but we'll take our chances because I think it's going to, I can then back off her into the fillies feature on Lamar on King's Plate Day. That's all I'm really here for. But it's not one of the stronger bunch of horses, so certainly she could be in play here.
Your next one is highly confidential. She needs to improve a little bit on the last start.
Very much out at the weights, but just it's a very hard to. She's a 5 furlong filly, but they just don't come along often enough. The only thing that I think is big here for her is Craig Zaki. Craig Zaki is going to make a difference with this filly, and I think he was taken off the favourite, which is that just add fire, and
He'll be hungry.
he's going to be hungry. Yeah, I can see it.
Your next one is younger filly. I'm So Pretty. She's certainly in good form.
Yeah, good form. She's very speedy at home. Certainly, I wouldn't leave her out of the quartets and trifectas, but very, very competitive field.
Next one's race 6, our grade 2 Green Points, World Sports Betting Green Points Stakes. Your first one is What a Question, drawn well.
Look, he's coming right, without question. He's coming right. Maybe the little dark horse in this race, but certainly on track for the summer and the races maybe over a little bit further. Fortunately, Rachel wasn't too keen on the ride, and I'm very happy with Gavin Arena, to be honest. He's a jock that I think he's just riding at the top of his game at the moment, so don't leave him out if you're going wide.
Royal Aussie is certainly in a good place. He's looking well and, yeah, drawn well.
MJ, someone's not rating somebody here. Either they're not rating me as the trainer, it's definitely not the jockey, because everyone rates him, or it's the horse. So I think either I'm getting blamed because we've been given no chance really in the betting. I mean, he's a nifty miler. He just needed his first run back. But there's a lot of, I think Oriental Charm, I'm sure if you guys show the gallop, apparently they galloped the house down. I can see the money's come for it. And then obviously Green with Envy's coming back from a long rest. So very strange. Royal Aussie.
You definitely have a fit horse there, that's for sure.
I'm fitter, and we've had a gallop between the last run and now.
Race fitness will tell.
Yeah, so punters don't leave this horse out. I don't see why the betting is the way it is.
Then we go on to the main race of the day, the World Sports Betting Cape Fillies Guineas over 1600. The first one of your runners, Beware the Bomb, cracking last start.
Very much so, and I think what the big thing is here for this filly, all the jocks wanted to ride her, so you got to take that into account. It means that obviously
Grant said that last time. Grant wanted to ride her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think he was too busy watching her. He wasn't riding his horse and complaining when Beware the Bomb went past him. But certainly a horse that's got to go into play. Respect to the other fillies in the race, but I think she'll be in the fight. We
then move on to Sean's ride, Seanville, Little Susie, all well drawn.
Yeah, look here, we got a ridiculous rating after the last run, so we're in for the long haul now. But fortunately, it's owned by a breeders, and black type is everything. So we're in for the long haul now. We rated out of handicap, so we'll just go through all the features and hopefully she'll somewhere show that the handicappers are right. And she's beautifully bred, and in the long running, I think it's a big change for a lot of the horses in this race. The long running is going to make a big difference.
Goodness gracious me, it looks like a fantastic filly. Maybe just too soon for her?
Maybe. Here again, as I said, we've got this thing where we handicap horses that don't run places. And if you've got a colt or a gelding, you can't do it because you ruin the horse's career for the rest of its life. But with fillies and breeders, you don't mind taking the risk. So we are way out at the ratings here. We know we're going to get punished no matter where we finish in the race. But getting black type with fillies like this, it's worth the what may happen. And this is a filly that I think is a feature race filly. Well, I might as well start now.
Yeah.
Got half decent draw. She runs on strongly. The long running is going to come into play. And I think the fillies are going to show that there's quality, and I think it'll come out on Saturday.
Race 8 is World Sports Betting Cape Summers Stayers Handicap over 2-5. We've got Call to Unite, your first runner.
Yeah, so Call to Unite is not quite a 2-5 horse, but I think we're going to get away with it here, and he'll run a creditable race. It's a listed race, so minimum weight was a 92 rating would give you 52, and so you work your way up to 60. So a lot of the better stayers can't run here, and also the ones that you don't want to get handicapped before the big races come. So it makes it a little bit of a race that suits my two types of horses.
Because Navy Strength probably in a similar category.
Exactly. So we can talk about both Call to Unite, Navy Strength, both in the same boat. Both I think will run good races. But you know, in these staying race, you got to give credit to everybody here. The filly, I'm hoping she runs a big race. Love is a Rose. She's been She's had everything her own way.
She certainly stays very well, doesn't she?
Yeah, and she never gets a chance. So, but yeah, she's badly in at the weight, so she'll probably go run a big race.
Not lost, the penultimate the races, race 9, Johnson's Workwear KB Stakes. You got Lightning Glow, horse that's gaining his momentum again.
Very much so. He pulled up lame after a race at Scottsville. This, I think, could be his third run after a race. Certainly a horse that is primed. I just think one of my other stable companions are going to give him a bit of a hard time.
Yeah, probably Magic Verse was very unlucky last time.
Exactly.
A different gap and it probably wins, isn't it?
100%. I've not often see JP so upset.
Yeah.
He's normally that upset when someone takes his food away. So let's hope Magic Verse goes one better. It's going to 2,000 for the first time, but these are two very smart horses in this sort of division.
Let's see. We go to Future Turn, first time over the ground, or are you a little bit concerned?
Yeah, he's by Futuri, but he's very heavy. But I've got to try at some point. So let's give it a go here. Also very fortunate for the riders that I have at the moment. You've got Grant Finicak, Richard Fourie, and JP van der Merwe.
You're rather spoiled, Justin.
No, yeah,
Let's be honest.
For the first time in a long time,
Yeah.
I've got the right jocks, so it's making a difference.
Race 10, our last race on the day, is Pamela Isdale, class 3 over 1,400 meters. It's obviously a very nice horse and Power in the Glory. Last time a bit green still and probably needed the run as you've put it out there. It was well documented.
Yeah, look, he won a maiden and he got a 97, which I get. I get that he's a class individual, and but when you come back, so then I put him away. I thought, off a 97, how am I going to run him in 3-4 weeks?
Where do you go, yeah?
What happens, what a handicap doesn't realize is when you do that to a horse, they come out in that next start, they get a hiding. And it's a horse that
Doesn't
I
make it
really
easier.
don't, he's a colt. It's not what you want to do is throw him in the deep end and actually hurt him. So I decided to rather put him away and let him mature to the 97. So I think he's at that point now. The first run he needed, he hung a bit. He's very soft. This is a race I'm going to decide to geld him or not. It's a big call, but his workout on Tuesday was of the highest level. Certainly horse, do not leave him out of anything. If he fires up to what I think he is, he'll beat a field like this. Fortunately, some of the nicer horses are drawn wide.
Yeah, and then your next one is drawn 10 is the Grey King.
Yeah, definitely not what that horse wants. He's a horse that obviously we've got big races coming. I'm going to leave it to Richard, but I think we're going to have to drop him out from there and then figure out where we go with him. But certainly a horse, if he decides to drop the hammer, he'll blow through the field. Very strong with two horses here. I'll be very surprised if someone else has got something better in the race, because I'm sitting with two aces.
Your last run on the day is Totefe, also drawn wide. Unfortunately, he races up there.
Yes, and he's game at the moment. He's the solid horse. The other two, if they fire up, they are better type horses than him because they're going through the handicaps. But he is a great backup because he's going to run that solid race. These two other horses are horses that could be feature race material.
Justin, thanks very much for your time.